What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Sean Spencer. It is draft day. You already know what's going on. We've gotten our pick. We're coming here with the reactions a little bit late. I'm trying to adjust that camera so it don't look so crazy. Will, we made our pick, and one of us is happy. One of us picked him. Washington drafts Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback from Mississippi State. What's up, Will? How you feeling, man?
It's the Manny Forbes era, man. Here we are. So I'll say this. I'm not going to try and convince you of him. I don't disagree with you about Christian Gonzalez being there. But what I read later, and what I had started to hear a little bit was that they were interested in this guy. That this was their guy. And what it seems like is, by all means, it kind of seems at 16 there was some other guys there, Christian Gonzalez being the number one corner on the board. But this apparently is the player that Washington, targeted. And he was available. They stuck to their board. They did that last year. They stuck to their board with Jahan Dotson. They did that with Jamin Davis the year before. So this kind of seems to be their MO. So we got another corner, which we wanted. So from a position standpoint, they filled a need that we're looking for. And as I mentioned yesterday, the thing I think we got to look at is this guy makes plays. He gets his hand on the ball. Interceptions, pass defenses. He's been durable.
Yeah,
I get it. He's 6'1", tall, good, but he's 166 pounds. Very concerning. But he didn't miss games at Mississippi either.
I know. And look, and we shouldn't even judge somebody that's skinnier because we've seen what Devonta Adams has been able to do with Philly and what he was able to do in college. So, but it's still that 166. I'm like, we're similar. We like that 200-pound kind of, that meaty guy that can come off the line,
Yeah. I have heard, I was listening to some things today. They were talking about, like we did last night, realistic picks. And this guy was one of the ones mentioned. And they said he's a good tackler too. They say he's not, people think because of his frame that he's going to be this cover guy only, but he gets his nose in there and makes tackles too. What I've read, I know Martin and Ron have already been talking. I didn't get a chance to listen to him yet, but from what I read afterwards is, they talked about how it's his instincts, it's his smarts. We talked about it yesterday. He reads plays. He makes plays because he studied the opposite team and saw this happening and jumps routes. And for our team, we had one of the lowest amount of turnovers last year, of interceptions. This guy could be an instant changer in that. So that right there is something to be positive and excited about.
I like that. I'm interested in it. Like you said, it fills a need, and you have been talking about it. I'm glad it's not a random, but let me plead my case. Christian Gonzalez, like what, and not even just that. I think we talked about this before about either a need versus best player available. Jackson Smith and Jigba was still around. You know what I mean? Will Levis was still around. Not that we were going to go in that direction, but you had a lot of top quality picks, and it was just. I was on the other show with Chris and Ash and all them, and when we picked them, they were looking for a reaction. I was like, huh. I mean,
yeah,
I did, but I'm excited. I like I'm telling you, you've been talking to me about him, so I've been watching more of his tape, but still, I don't know. Not a letdown, because it's still a good pick. But
there's concerns, and concerns are valid. I won't try to dispute those. The 166 pounds are really concerning. Absolutely. I'm hoping this is me being Sean Spencer and being a fan here, that like last year I felt the same way about Jahan Dotson, where I was like, I hope they see something, and he, size didn't really seem to be a problem. I don't think the injuries that he had were necessarily because he was too small, and he made plays,
Yes.
So I'm hoping, let's hope we can strike lightning in the bottle twice here. and that
Let,
they know. The other
let,
thing, here's something that we maybe could be encouraged about. Martin Mayhew played DB.
true.
Eric Stokes played DB. Maybe they know what they're looking at. Of course, we said the same thing about Jamin Davis with Ron and Jack, so
Still waiting on that one.
yeah. Well, I got another thought about this though, because we kept talking about offensive linemen, and obviously we're not done with that, but we signed Andrew Wiley to come play right tackle. What are you telling a free agent if you sign him and then say, oh, hey, gotta kick you inside now. We found your replacement.
Yeah.
And so maybe this allows us now on Friday to go get the interior guys that we're looking for.
You hear me? Cody Mock.
Oh, did you? No, of course you're excited about that guy. Yeah. You want Cody Mock. I want Steve Avila. There we go. Put it out there.
And look, they'll still be available. I think they were just talking about Tippmann. I don't have a TV. I just got out of my car from home from work. I don't have a TV in front of me, so I don't know who's that picked. I know Michael Mayer is still on the board.
He was. Let me see here.
I'm so glad tight end hasn't started yet. Where's my
only Kincaid went from what I saw, but I haven't seen who the Jaguars picked.
What pick are they on right now?
Like 27?
Okay. Is Dallas up?
Yeah. They already went. Yeah. They picked up the Maisie Smith from Michigan.
Defensive tackle. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Philly still gets to go. I don't know if Nolan Smith has gone yet or Joey Porter Jr. because, like I said, I missed the Jaguars pick, and then I think the Bengals picked up Miles Murphy from Clemson.
I'm surprised he went that far down.
Yeah. There's been some drops. Like we talked about yesterday, there was run on offensive tackles. Darnell Wright went at 10. So the tackles went. And then the corners started to go, and then there was a run on receivers. 4 wide receivers went in a row.
Well, talk about some of those picks. Think about there were some crazy picks kind of in the middle. Lucas Van Ness, who we had talked about and said, he's not a first rounder. Somebody felt different.
13th at 13. That's the Packers thing, though. They don't ever draft offense in the first round. They always go defense.
Yep. And then Jahmyr Gibbs, which I could understand. I don't know if him and Jamal are the same, but he's that. But still, it was a stretch. It was a reach. You could have got somebody else.
So I went on to NSD, and Alex was there, and it was live when they picked Jack Campbell, which he was ecstatic about. But you talk about the 2 positions that are devalued the most in today's NFL, and they use first-round picks on them.
Man.
Yeah. So overall, Manny Forbes is in DC. What are your thoughts?
I'm glad. Let's get him in here and let's get to work. Like you said, apparently there's something that they all saw in him that they really liked. Everybody was on board with that pick. And he was in the group of corners that we had already talked about. So it's just not, an upset. It's not a drop off. Obviously, we like a certain type, which is Bill. But if you can play, period. There's something they didn't trade back. They didn't do, they didn't go any other way. They went straight for that pick. So, hey, they see something. Let's see if it translates.
Yeah. My only concern about it, my only disappointment in it is that I didn't think he needed to be picked at 16. Nope. I thought they probably could have traded back, but maybe, you mentioned guys, maybe there was nobody interested in coming up that was still available that people wanted. And so therefore they went after someone who I think I'm most intrigued by his game-changing skills on getting turnovers, whereas the difference between a Joey Porter Jr. and a Deonte Banks and some of the others is that right there, is his ability to create turnovers, which we are lacking and have lacked for so many years. That if that can be what he brings, if he's this aggressive corner that is that, don't throw his way because he's got, good ball skills. That is a huge plus.
Yeah, that can only help. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful. I'll be hopeful.
Yeah, for that, I'm excited. For that, it's like, yes, that is A+. We did exactly what we needed to do. We filled the need with a guy that we feel like is dependable, that we can rely on. Put him in the system. Let's get him to work. I'm good to go. On the dates.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens Friday. It's gonna be a long break, as we saw yesterday in our mock. We're gonna pick, about mid round of the second, and then
Right.
always.
It's like, all right, we'll check back in a couple hours. We're still.
I know. Might take a cat nap during the draft and wake up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I will be we'll start at 6, so I will be at work at the beginning, and then Kat and I, her dad's birthday tomorrow, so we're going to West Virginia, and we were gonna stay the weekend, but then apparently your dad's going to the casino, so
Okay.
we're coming back.
Okay.
There it is. So I will be seeing more of the draft than I expected. So yes, I enjoy that. We got people up in here. He said, agreed, Will. Think we could have traded back to pick them up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that would have been the hopeful thing. The big thing, I always harp on this every year, is it takes 2 to tango to trade back. Just because we don't think Forbes is worth the 16th doesn't mean that there was someone there. Like you brought up a great point. Smith and Jigba, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, was the best wide receiver. He went 20th,
Yeah.
Chargers may have said, we don't need to come up, Washington. Stay where you're at. Do your thing, Yeah. And I think if you had taken away the 16th overall pick, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. I wouldn't be questioning it at all.
Babs, happy draft day.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, this him and I say this every year. This is what we do every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, me, oh, my, man. All right, well, we will try to get back on here and try to talk to you as the rest of the draft goes on. If not, we will definitely have a recap on this coming Wednesday and kind of go back over it. Go back over kind of the that we made and direction that we made. Day one, we filled the need, got a solid corner, one of the top 5 guys. Good thing. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him get in the building and see where it goes from here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, buddy. All right, people. We are out of here. We will see you next time. Have a good, happy draft day and enjoy the rest of the draft, people.
Stand up, left